You've won the battle of the species.
We have, yes, you and I.
You spent 5 minutes in a jungle, you'd be dead within the day. You are resting on the world.
That's
That's fine. So don't touch it.
Keep going down into the gas. We're gonna get caught.
We hit the streets of London to show the public a few minutes of Pignorant, a new documentary by Joey Carbstrong that exposes the abuse and corruption of the UK pork industry. This guy is currently watching UK footage of pigs being tortured to death in gas chambers, an extremely painful killing method used by the pork industry in slaughterhouses all over the world.
Right, so can you tell us a bit about what you saw?
I saw a shock value movie pertaining to pigs.
Pertaining to pigs, yeah. What exactly was in it? What did you see?
I saw pigs.
Pigs, yeah. What was happening to them?
They were on a farm, living a farm life, getting abused.
Interviews, yeah. Okay. What makes you say shock value movie?
Well, it's a shocking video.
Fair enough.
Pigs getting abused can be quite shocking.
That's true.
Like
yeah.
anything getting abused can be quite shocking, actually.
Yeah, sure. How would you feel if I told you that everything you saw is approved by the RSPCA? All of that RSPCA stamp of approval. Would you agree with that?
Well, I don't think slapping pigs with a stick is approved by anyone.
The farms themselves are RSPCA approved, and the gas chamber, for example.
Yeah, but
is
they're not
RSPCA.
approving the farms knowing that they're slapping pigs with sticks.
Not that part, no.
Because that's animal abuse and it's not
Sure.
approved anywhere.
Not
So
that-
obviously you caught footage
The
of
gas-
something happening, you know,
Yeah, that's.
and then you
Yeah,
provide a shock value
Oh,
movie.
so you're of the opinion that none of this is real. It's all kind of
No, it's
selective,
quite-
or
It's
like
quite
normal.
real. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah.
real, but
Right, yeah.
it's obviously selective information, isn't it?
Right. So the gas chambers part, you think that's also selective? You think that's
Well,
not
selective
normal?
in the sense that you come here and you show us this video, which it definitely happens.
Sure.
Just as, you know, some child is getting murdered at this moment, it doesn't make, you know,
Okay.
you
So
get my point.
What about if I told you the gas chambers? That's how most pigs are killed in the UK. Did you know that?
Most pigs.
Most pigs, yes.
What percentage of pigs?
Over 90%.
90% of pigs
Over
are killed.
90%. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you know that?
No, I'm not well versed in the pig community
Yeah.
or the pig
Yeah.
slaughtering community.
Sure.
No.
Sure. So for sure, you know, at the end of the day, we could put secret cameras in pigs all over farms all over the country. We may or may not see workers beating the crap out of pigs with rods. Either way, but you're correct. The RSPCA is not necessarily approving that,
No, of course
but
not.
gas chambers they do approve. Does that surprise you at all?
No?
That the RSPCA approves gas chambers to kill animals? The Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals
Well,
approves gas chambers.
I'm not well versed on gas chambers and if it hurts the pigs a lot or if it doesn't.
But they were screaming, right? You saw that?
Yeah, they're screaming, yeah.
Why do animals
Death
scream?
is never a nice thing, but
Why do animals scream?
well, because they're not enjoying their death, are they? I mean,
Because they feel pain.
animals have to die, right?
Do they?
Of course they have to die. Animals
Why?
have to die.
Why is that?
Well, just as if you and I, if we were in the wilderness, we would die if we came about, you know, to a lion or to a
So they
tiger.
have to be died. Do they have to be killed in gas chambers?
Well, there's methods of killing, and if you're asking me if gassing pigs to death is the most correct way, probably none. Probably none. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world.
No.
But-
You don't think it's the worst thing in the world, no? Have you ever...
I think a human getting gassed to death is considerably worse than a pig getting gassed to death.
Well, we could just say, let's not do it to either, couldn't we?
Of course. Well, I'm very much of the opinion of using a stun gun on a pig and putting him to death in a more peaceful way.
So shooting them in the head is more peaceful than gassing them to death in your
Yeah,
view?
100%, yeah.
You think so? Okay.
It's a quicker death.
If you're euthanizing them, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would make sense in the sense you're putting them out of their misery. When they're a perfectly healthy animal and they're being killed for a burger,
Yeah.
I'd be tempted to disagree with you strongly on that. But that's a peaceful way
I think
to
this
kill.
is, now we're getting to the interesting point, because this is where I disagree with you.
Yeah.
You know, if I want to eat a burger, we've won the battle of the species, And so I believe that we're entitled to eat a pig.
You've won the battle of the species.
We have, yes, you and I, my friend, you and I.
You spend 5 minutes in a jungle, you'd be dead within the day. You've not won the battle of any species.
Of course we have, because species.
A pig,
winning a battle of the species is not just by force, it's by intelligence. Which you may lack a bit, if you don't understand.
Your intelligence level could not save you from a jungle, I'll tell you that.
Well, it has. Look around, this is all ours.
No, you personally.
I don't see a pig running Empire.
You are resting on the laurels.
Empire Casino. If you go
Hey,
inside of Empire Casino, there's not the pig dealing the cards.
She can't hear you, the microphone's here. She can't hear you. That's the mic. Don't touch it.
I'm saying there's no pig dealers inside of Empire Casino. It's all humans, because we've won the battle of the species.
You're resting on the laurels of all of your ancestors. You personally,
my ancestors,
you personally would last 5 minutes in a jungle, whereas a pig would last probably 20 years. Right?
Well, but
that doesn't mean. Hold up. But that doesn't mean I think you deserve to be killed. Just because you couldn't survive out in the wild.
But a pig is not going to have your sense of morality, and it's going to kill me anyway.
No, neither is a child, right?
Yeah.
So we don't kill children for having a lack of a sense of morality, do we?
Well, we don't tend to kill our own species. That's very contradictory to the evolution of species, thank you.
Listen, come off it.
Let me finish.
No, but I am. The microphone's staying where it is, but just don't grab it. Listen. If you're going to base who gets to live or who gets to die on what you see as important, because you're saying your cognition and your intelligence is what's important, that's easy to say when you're the one that has all the cognition and the intelligence.
Yes, so again, we won the battle of the species. We are in the position of
so if someone thinks you're not, so someone looks at you and says, where are you from, by the way?
Well, I'm half Portuguese, half English. From Portugal,
You sound like someone I know, that's why I got the Portuguese side of it, yeah. So if someone says to you, hey, listen, in my value system, Portuguese people are worth less than my people, therefore I get to do what I want with you. You'd say, hell no. No, because in my value system, I don't think that's right. I think we need to come together and come up with a value system that means you don't get to kill me just because you want to, right? You're doing that to a pig. You're saying, hey, because you're not a human, I've made it that humans are most important because I'm a human, so you die. How is that fair to a pig? What did they do to deserve that?
Because human race and species are two very different things.
Because you like it that way, yeah. Exactly.
Because it's nature.
Because you're human.
Well, if I could finish my sentence,
go on,
I would very like to.
Go on, it's alright, go on.
Well, because species and races are two very different things. And I like it that way because it's only nature. The same way a lion also likes it that way. A lion is not going to spare you in the wilderness, nor is a tiger, nor a pig, nor any animal for that matter is going to think, well, this guy might want to live, so I'll spare him. That's not how nature works.
Tell me why. Why won't a lion do that?
Because it's in his instinct, it's in his nature to hunt, to kill anything that moves. Just as it's in your instinct as well. No matter how much you try to contradict it, it is in your instinct. But obviously we're rational, as you say. So the extension of that rationality can lead to things like this.
Listen,
I don't agree with, but I respect.
If a lion sees a pig on the floor bleeding to death, they get hungry. If you see a pig on the floor bleeding to death, you don't get hungry.
It depends. If I'm starving, I certainly do get hungry. If I'm chilling here with Greg's in hand, I'm going to think, well, not so nice. But if I'm in the wilderness and I see a pig bleeding to death, I can bet you anything you'd like, I will get hungry.
So what you're saying is, in a survival situation, it would make sense to find a bleeding pig hungry, but in a civilized situation like this, it wouldn't make sense. You wouldn't feel hungry, right?
No, I wouldn't feel hungry, no.
Right. Well, that's the exact point.
I'm fed.
Well, that's the exact point. That's the exact point, isn't it? You have the option right now in this civilized society to not put pigs in gas chambers, but you're saying you're going to choose to do that because you're human and they don't matter because they're not a human, right? Am I getting you right?
Almost there.
Go on.
Except for the point where I don't believe gassing pigs is the most correct way to euthanize them.
Why not? They're just pigs, they're not human. Why does it matter?
Well, because I think that we can have some sense of morality. It doesn't need to be extended to the extent that you're taking it onto.
Why bother? They're just pigs. Why bother?
Well, you know what? You've convinced me. I'm going to start gassing pigs.
So you don't actually care about pigs,
I'm going to
yeah?
go. Well, I like pigs. I like pigs, but I don't care that much about them to the point where you seem to care about them that much. That's the difference.
Okay. Well,
I think having some sense of morality is correct.
Listen,
even to preserve your own character.
Before you rush off,
I'm in the middle of a tournament. It's not because I'm not enjoying it. I thoroughly enjoy. Yeah, poker tournament.
Oh, you're playing poker? Okay,
yeah.
Well, good luck in that, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Listen. We'll finish here, right? We'll finish on this. Look, you've got me all wrong. You think that everyone who's here is in this because we just have this undying love for animals. A lot of the people here don't actually love animals, don't like animals. They're out here because they don't agree with stabbing them and killing them and doing all these horrible things to them, because even though they don't really necessarily love them or like them, They would never put anyone through that knowingly, human or not.
Right.
I don't have to love you or care about you to not want anyone to do anything horrible to you. I don't want anyone to do anything horrible to you.
You can't say the same thing about humans
Why
and
not?
animals.
Why
That's
not?
the thing.
Why
Because
not?
it's in our evolutionary instincts to stay within communities and the social aspect of
to
it.
be honest, you
That's
both,
how we.
both actually pretty much agree on the fundamental point that you agree that I assume they were being hit with sticks and being gassed.
Yeah.
You're just saying that the line of morality doesn't go as far as we should never kill pigs. So you both agree that this is terrible.
We're
Well,
closer
yeah.
together than we are further away, my friend.
Well, listen, what I want you to have a good think about is why do you care about them enough to not want them gassed, but you don't care about them enough to not want them killed? That's it. I'll leave you with that. You don't need to answer it. 'Cause I know you're just going to snap back with something about evolution. Just
Exactly. It's in our instincts
listen.
to eat other animals.
No.
And I can't contradict it. It's not in our instincts to eat other animals.
Instincts don't matter, right? Some people have the instinct to rape.
That's a big one.
Some people have the instincts.
That's not an instinct.
Some people have the instincts to rape people, but we tell them don't do that. Don't
People-
follow your instinct. Don't
There's-
do that.
people don't
because
have
we're
instincts to rape
civilized.
other
Yes, they
people.
do. Yes, they do. They absolutely
It's not
do.
instinct. It can be
It
urges.
absolutely
Urges and
is.
instincts are separate things.
Go on, how do you
But I
define?
appreciate
How
it.
do you define the difference between those two then? Urge and an instinct. Go ahead.
Well, I think that eating is a essential part of life continuing, whereas obviously rape is not.
So these are like.
So there's
well,
a distinction there, surely.
so wait. Well, that depends on who you speak to. Some people would say rape is an essential part of their life because they want to pass on their genetics.
But it's not in order for survival.
You can have sex.
So it
as well.
is for the survival of their species, the survival of their bloodline. They could try and justify it, but you'd never justify it because it's
could try
a
to.
heinous, disgusting act, right? Just the same as killing an animal when you don't have to, when you
Fair,
could eat
mate.
something else.
I don't-
It's a heinous, disgusting
Yeah,
act.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but
Yeah,
fair enough. So nice talking to you.
I appreciate it,
Cheers,
man.
buddy.
Take care.
All right,
Thank
see you
you,
later.
appreciate it,
Yeah.
He said the footage was fake, right?
He said it was selectively chosen footage to cause the most emotional responses.
If he wants.
Keep going down into the gas.
We're going to get a call.